Okay, so first we're going to start with cooking. Cooking is extremely important when you're out camping. We do car camping. We don't do any backpacking, so we don't have any stoves that are lightweight. Maybe one day we'll do some backpacking, but for right now we're just sticking with car camping gear. Right here we have the Coleman dual fuel lamp stove, and I will show you what that looks like. There we go. So we store our fuel inside, and we just fill it up, and then we're able to light. And this stove was used all last summer when we took the kids out. It is a really great stove. It has an awesome warranty, and it's priced pretty reasonably. So if you're looking at stoves for camping, this is one of those stoves that's going to last you year after year after year. Um, we also got an additional filter funnel for the stove. And then we love to shop at Cabela's. So we got the Cabela's mitt. The next piece of gear that we have, we use this at night and also on the dinner table. This is our Coleman lamp. It plugs in, so it charges. So we actually have a solar generator that we charge our items on. And let me see. Oh, it still has light. So we actually have not used this since last summer, and the lamp still works great. We love this lamp. It's great for the nighttime. We don't really use it in the tent. However, we do use it at night when we're eating dinner or just hanging out somewhere. And these are what we use at night. So last year when we took our big camping trip, I went on a couple of these websites where you can get discounted products for reviews, and I got some of these headlamps. They're pretty bright. You can also buy them from the dollar store, but we bought maybe about 10 headlamps for our trip. It was 2 for everyone, just in case one person broke. So just when you're looking for camp gear, make sure that you have more than one of that particular item. So always have at least 3, especially when it comes to making fire. So that way, if one system fails, you have your backups. We only have 3 of these headlamps left because, like I said, we didn't invest a lot of money in them. We didn't go out and spend $25. I ran to the dollar store and I was able to get lamps for $1 each. These are the ones that still work, and I'm just checking. Make sure make sure there's batteries, and they do. The other lamps that we had, the kids kind of broke off. So here we have some dry bags. We only have 2 dry bags. This one is more for small electronics. Again, a lot of my gear I got really cheap online with these companies that you can review products for free. These dry bags are great if you plan on doing any type of water sports, or going out to the lakes. You can stick your cell phones and your cameras and everything in here, and then go into the water. This one is good if you're going to do some boating, and you want to keep your clothes or your shoes and stuff dry. So this one worked out pretty well for us, and it folds down like this. Trying to do this one-handed, it's a little difficult, but it does. It folds down, and then it kind of just clips over. And I believe the strap for it is in this dry bag here. So like I said, you can get this pretty inexpensive. Look for companies where you can get a discounted code on Amazon. Most of the products that I bought for a trip last year, I paid less than $4. So we didn't use these last year, so I'm not sure if I'm going to bring them on our trip this year, but these are just some cheap rain ponchos from the dollar store. If you get caught in the rain, you can whip this out. You can also use it as a tarp. if you're hiking and you need something over your head. So we have these, and then we also have several different things of twine. So we have this twine right here. We have this. All of this came from the dollar store. You can get this stuff relatively cheap. We have duct tape. Duct tape is awesome. You never know when you're going to need it. And we have all of these boot laces for when we go out hiking and in the woods. We didn't really use those last year, so still contemplating on whether I'm going to bring them this year. One thing that we did use last year when we were camping out in Colorado at the campground was our camp shower. This is pretty awesome. We had a spigot that we could fill it up in. It's 5 gallons. You lay it out in the sun. A few hours later, it's warm enough to take a shower in. And we have 5 people, and we were able to everyone get a very short sponge bath shower with this. It was pretty great. I'm really glad we brought it. Another item that we like to bring with us is fishing gear. This is actually my son's pack. So, let's see. I don't go fishing, so. But we have, this is really cool. It's from Cabela's. It's got a case with, you can fill it with all your different lures and, and then we have a fishing rod that actually folds down. It's pretty compact. We don't have anything to store this in. We just lay it in one of our tubs. We have extra fishing line here. So, one thing that's really important when you're outside, try to keep your tank clean. We picked this up from the dollar store. So we use this to brush up the dirt that was picked up in the tent. Came in handy, and we just kept it with some of our toiletry items in the back of the truck. So this is my favorite weather radio. This is an ETON weather radio. It is chargeable. It's battery operated. You can charge it by solar, and you can also crank it. This is great when you're outside, not just to listen to music, but to also pick up any warnings for inclement weather. So if you're not in your car and you're in your tent, you can actually just put this on alert, and what it will do is it will not alert you, will not actually turn on until there is inclement weather somewhere in the area. So that's really nice. Let's see. Last year I bought these screen cleaning cloths. I never used them, so I won't use them this year. But I still have my Dawn dish soap for cleaning the dishes afterwards. I bought these on Amazon, which are impression tablecloths. They look a little fancy, but they come in handy. What you don't want to do is leave any food residue behind on your picnic table when you're at a campsite. So these are really great because you can just wrap them up with the food debris and throw everything into a trash bag and throw it in the back of your car before you go to sleep, so you're not attracting bears and other critters to your campsite. This was an idea that I got last year when we first got our tent. You put a mat outside your tent. This is what we did. We put the mat down, and then we would take our shoes off before we got in the tent, and this would actually help keep the dirt down. Obviously, we have our toilet paper, and we have our baby wipes for hygiene. Last year, we stayed in a campsite for 4 days, so we hung up our washcloths to dry after taking a camp shower. We used the twine over there to make a little clothesline and let our stuff dry, so that came in handy. All different type of washcloths. You never know when you have to wipe something down. These actually have to be cleaned. So obviously some of this stuff we didn't use. We didn't need to use the seam sealer or even spray down our tent. We ended up getting a Kelty 6-person tent, already came waterproof. We were in several pretty pretty heavy torrential downpours last year, and we didn't get any water inside the tent. It was a great tent, and I can actually show that to you later. So this is insect repellent for your clothing and gear. So all of our clothes that we took with us, that we stayed on the campground with, we actually sprayed with this ahead of time. This is my favorite product. Whether you're a hiker or a camper or a backpacker. Open one up for you. So this is called the Grail Cup. We discovered this cup while it was still on Kickstarter. We watched the video, we loved this so much, we bought 2 of them. We'll probably buy 2 more before we leave. They are pretty expensive, but these cups are awesome. If you don't want to use the water purification systems that they have out there that are really annoying, some of them have a straw. We did have a life straw, I don't know where it is. And some of them are just really bulky and awkward. This cup is awesome. So what you do is you fill this cup with water, preferably from the cleanest water source that you can find when you're outside. And what happens is the inside of the cup looks like this, and it has this filter on the bottom, and you can buy replacement filters. That's something that we're gonna, the filter is good for, I believe, 1,000 filters. So you can use this 1,000 times before you have to replace it. So you fill the cup with water, you put your filter in, and you push down, and as you push down, the actual force of everything pulls the water up into the filter and purifies your water. You drink directly from here, and then you can put your top on it.